morning children. In the yesterday's session, we learned about the Bronsted acids and the Bronsted bases. And now we are going to see some textbook related examples which are very useful for the CET as well as for any of the NEET, JEE objective examinations. Very easy concepts. What is meant by a Bronsted base? A conjugated base. You must not forget that point. What is meant by a conjugated base? It is formed from an acid. Right. Now we are going what will be the conjugated base for the following. What is the question? What will be the conjugated base for the following? Some set of examples are given to you. Hydrogen fluoride. Hydrogen fluoride on dissociating, how do that will dissociate? That will produce H plus and the F minus. And this form negatively charged ion is called as the conjugated base of hydrogen fluoride. Is it not? Right. So that's the present question. To find out conjugated base, they will be the question. How about H2SO4? H2SO4 will produce generally one H plus ion in the initial space, then after it will produce HSO4 as a first ionization constant. Means generally as we give 2 H plus ions we know in case of H2SO4. But we will take first of all how many H plus ions are produced as our key constant. So in this, what is the conjugated base line? In the previous case, conjugated base is the F minus, but in this case the conjugated base will be HSO4 minus. Good. What is the conjugated base for this HCO3? How do they dissociate? They will give H plus ion and CO3 2 minus ion, because already one negative charge is there. So after crossing on H plus, the charge will be CO3 2 minus. So this CO3 2 minus is the conjugated base for HCO3 minus. And coming to the next question, what will be the conjugated acid? What is meant by a conjugated acid? When it is gaining one H plus ion to the complex, we will call it as the conjugated acid, right? NH2 minus is given. Let us imagine it is accepting one H plus. After accepting one H plus, it will be converting into NH3 because this losing is simple charge and accepting the H plus. After accepting the H plus, that is now converted as NH3. So this is the conjugated acid for NH2 minus. For that NH2 minus. Now what will be the conjugated acid for NH3? Now imagine it is going to get one H plus added. Then shall we write NH4 plus is the conjugate acid of ammonia. Good. Then what will be the conjugate acid of HCOO minus? Here also we need to add one H plus ion. It is added to the negative charge oxygen forming HCOOH. So ultimately what we are going to conclude, when an H plus is lost from the complex and the negative charge ion formed is called as the conjugated base. But if H plus is added into the complex, the final compound is called as the conjugated acid. Now based on this topic, we are having the next one more level question. It's called the species H2O, HCO3 minus, HSO4 minus and NH3 act as both Bronsted acids and bases. Give the corresponding conjugated acid and conjugated base. In shortcut I have written Ca means conjugated acid, Cv means conjugated base. So first we came to know what is a conjugated base. HF we had already taken. F minus is the conjugated base. But here one compound is given. H2O is given. H2O after dissociating. Generally after dissociating of H2O, it will form H plus and OH minus. Now shall I say this is the conjugated base of water? Negatively charged is called as the conjugated base. Then what is the conjugated acid of this compound? H2O after accepting one H plus ion, it will be forming as H3O plus hydronium ion. So this hydronium ion is the conjugate acid of H2O. I repeat, H2O after accepting one H plus ion, it is forming the hydronium ion H3O plus. It is its conjugated acid. Whereas in case of conjugated base, after dissociating the neutral charged species, that is formed is called as the conjugated base. Now, what will be the conjugate base of HCO3 minus? Already we came to know HCO3 minus. What is the conjugated base? CO3. 2 minus is its conjugated base. Because in this the neutral charged ion that is formed is called. Because in case of conjugated base means after dissociation that is causing the H plus. Then what will be the conjugate acid? Now it is accepting one H plus. It is accepting one H plus. So it will be H2CO3. Will be H2CO3. Last NH3. Now let us imagine NH3 is accepting one H plus. Is accepting one H plus means it is giving the electrons to the H plus, so it is getting added here. Now can you say it is NH4 plus is the conjugate acid of NH3. Already we came to know about the conjugate acid of NH3 is the NH4 ammonium ion. Then what will be the conjugate base? Conjugate base means here NH3 need to lose from H plus ion, then it is forming NH2 minus. So this is the conjugate base of NH3. I hope you understood the concept. Acid, conjugated acid is nothing but for the complex we need to add one H plus. Conjugated base is nothing but for the complex after dissociating or in lossing on H plus ion, the form neutrally charged ion is called as the conjugated base. Good. At last, yesterday we started our concept like alginous acid, alginous base, and Bronsted acid and the Bronsted base. And now we are concluding our concept with this Lewis acid and the Lewis base. What is a Lewis acid? Whatever the substance it may be, if it is capable to accept electrons, whatever substance is able to accept the electrons, because in the molecules like BH3, we can see BH3. We can study our boron, how many hydrogens are there? 3 hydrogens are there in this BH3, right? 3 hydrogens means around this boron, how many electrons are there? Only 6 electrons are there. Each bond represents 1 electron pair. So totally 6 electrons are there. In order to complete the octet rule, what do we want 8 electrons. So here the electrons are less. Electron deficient centers will be called as the substances which are readily accepting 1 electron pair. Such kind of substances we are calling as the Lewis acids. Lewis acids. But now you can see the case of NH3 like ammonia. Around the nitrogen we are having already 3 bonds, means 6 electrons are there, and then 1 lone pair is present. So the species that contains 1 lone pair or negatively charged on were having the tendency to lose the electrons or to donate the electrons. Such kind of species we are calling as the Lewis bases. We call as the Lewis bases. I hope you understood what I mean by Lewis acid. Once again repeating, electron deficient and species are called as the Lewis acids. Example, I can take both BH3 or AlCl3. Many times we learned in organic chemistry, or any metal ion CO3 plus or Mg2 plus. So any electron deficient center we simply call it as the Lewis acid. Then what the Lewis base? Species that can donate electrons act as the Lewis bases. That may be a neutral molecule like NH3 or water, or it can be like a neutrally charged species like OH minus ion. So these species which can donate the electron pair are called the Lewis bases. So up to now we covered the concepts like what is meant by the acid and base regarding the Arrhenius concept, Bronsted acid, and the Lewis concept. Now we are switching for the next level of the concept. Please write down this topic, student. Yes, we are continuing our concept here, student. What is the nature of water? We want the concept first. Is it acidic or basic or neutral. We are going to compare the acidic strengths and basic strengths. Whose acidic strengths? The conjugated acidic strength and the conjugated basic strength with water now. By that we can conclude what is the nature of water. What is the nature of water? So here in the previous sessions that we had learned, that any substance is dissociating like HClO4 minus HClO4 is there. Its name is called perchloric acid. It dissociates to give H plus ion and the ClO4 minus ion. The ClO4 minus ion we are calling as a conjugated base. What we are calling as a conjugated base. Generally, the HClO4, it is called perchloric acid. It is a very strong acid. What is the nature of the substance? It is a very strong acid. Strong acids will produce weak conjugated bases. What is the point? Strong acids will produce weak conjugated bases. Now can you put counter the sentence like weak acids will produce strong conjugated base. What's my point? Weak acids will produce very strong conjugated bases. Yes, these are the two main points that are very useful for the objective. What is the first point? Strong acids have very weak conjugated base. Very weak conjugated base means its basic strength is less than the basic nature of water. Its basic strength is less than the basic nature of water. So some of the acids which are very strong acids are HClO4, perchloric acid or hydrochloric acid or hydrobromic acid or hydroiodic acid, or you can say nitric acid. These are very strong acids. But what is the nature of the conjugated base? The nature of the conjugated base is a very weak base which is greater than water. But we know some acids like the vinegar that we are using in the manufacturing, in the preparation of noodles. Acetic acid. This acetic acid or the hydrochloric acid or even the nitrous acid. These are weak acids. Means they are conjugated bases. They are conjugated bases. What we say, they are very strong bases. Means their basic strength is these weak acids have very strong conjugated bases. What we learned in the previous case, the weak conjugated base is a base having less basic than water. But very strong conjugated base means they are more basic than water. Means now water is going to play some role like it is going to play like a strong base in this case because it is a weaker base than water. In this case we say this is more basic than water, means it is acting as a less basic. Less basic is nothing but acidic in nature, right? So our water is playing the role like at times it will act like an acid, at times it will act like a base. In order to get that point, this introduction was brought. You can see here some of the compounds that are readily accepting H plus ions than the water. Means what is a substance that readily accepts the H plus ion? Shall we say it is a base? Yeah, according to Arrhenius concept, that's the concept that we have done. The base is a substance that readily accepts the H plus ion. Is it not? Very good. Now NH4 minus O2 minus H plus H minus are very strong proton, not a Arrhenius Bronsted. Proton accepts acceptors and they are much stronger bases than the water. So based on this we want to bring one conclusion. Our water will act like an acid and a base. So this ionization of an acid and base helps us to get the ionization of water and how to calculate it. So keep in mind that the strong acids readily loses one H plus ion. But weak acids will give H plus ion very less in amount. So let's see here what is the ionization of water and how to calculate that. Let us continue our concept here, children, about the ionization constant of water. Last session, just 2 minutes before, we came to know about the strong acid will produce a weak conjugated base that is lesser than basic than water molecule. In an equation I have taken two water molecules here. H2O liquid state means in its pure state. H2O is also in liquid state means it's in the pure state. What the strong acid is saying, it is producing a weak conjugated base. Means it is weaker than the basic of water. So when two water molecules are reacting with each other, how do they will react? One of the water molecule is accepting one H plus ion from the next molecule and forming H3O plus ion. It's called as the conjugated acid. So whenever a molecule is able to accept one H plus ion, it is forming the conjugated acid. From where it got this H plus ion? It got H plus ion from another molecule of water. Means here it is the conjugated base. It is remaining in the form of OH minus. OH minus. So this formed conjugated base is more basic than the conjugated base formed by a very strong acid. Now in this case we speak the water is acting like a basic in nature. But here it is saying that it is forming H3O plus. H3O plus, which is called as the conjugated acid. Do you remember now weak acids will produce what? Strong conjugated base which are more basic than water. Means water is acting like a less basic or a strong acid. That is the conjugated acid. So the ionic product, generally what we know the concentration of products upon concentration of the reactants will give the equilibrium constant we mentioned. But here we are giving the ionic product of water with a symbol called Kw. With the ionic product of water, we are going to give a symbol called Kw. In order to calculate this Kw, we are starting the concentration, the equilibrium constant, the concentration of products upon concentration of the reactants. What are the concentration? What are the products here? H3O plus is a product, OH minus is a product. What are the reactants here? Both H2Os are in the liquid state. So concentration of the products upon concentration of the reactants. But we know the concentration of any pure liquid or solid is not considered because they are becoming constant. So these two denominator parts are becoming constant. Finally we say K is equal to depends upon the product of concentration of H3O plus and OH minus R. H3O plus is nothing but the concentration of the acid. Is it not? So this is what our equation very useful for the next levels. It is the product of ionic product of water is the product of concentration of acid and the concentration of the OH minus ions generated in the aqueous state. Here at 298 Kelvin, the concentration of this H plus ions is about equal to its molarity is generally concentration is expressed in the molarity. The concentration of the H plus ions at 298 Kelvin is around 1.0 into 10 power minus 7 molarity. How much is molarity? 1.0 into 10 power minus 7 molarity. So that's what we had at 298 Kelvin. The concentration of H plus is 1.0 into 10 power minus 7 molarity. But generally water molecule, how do they will dissociate? Water molecule will dissociate to give H plus ions and the OH minus ions. It is going to be H plus ions and the OH minus ions. So water dissociation produces H plus ions and the OH minus ions. Equal number of H plus ions and OH minus ions are produced. Means what? Here when the concentration of the H plus ion is equal to 1.0 into 10 power minus 7 molarity, then the concentration of OH minus ions also will be equal to 1.0 into 10 power minus 7 molarity. So that's what the point we got. Then will be the Kw is equal to concentration of H3O plus into concentration of OH minus ion. What is the concentration of H plus ion? 1.0 into 10 power minus 7 molarity. Then what will be the concentration? We have equal concentration, right? OH minus ions because they are equal in number produced. So we are writing them as 1.0 into 10 power minus 7 whole to the power of 2. So the ionic product of water, what we got is it is equal to 1.0 into 10 power minus 14 mole square of the moles. The molarity. Don't forget this value. What is Kw? Kw is equal to 1.10 to the power minus 14. Generally, they will be asking us to calculate the molarity of water. What is the formula to calculate molarity? Capital M small given mass by molar mass. Is it not? What is the given mass? At times it is given like a question at 298 Kelvin. The molar mass, the given mass of water is 1000 grams mole inverse. Or we can say 1000 grams per mole. But the molar mass of water is 18. Now I want to calculate the molarity of water. What is the molarity of water? For that we are using the formula small capital M is equal to small w by capital. Molarity is equal to given mass by molar mass, or you can calculate using density is equal to molar mass. What is the density? We said at 298 Kelvin, 1000 grams per mole. Then what is the liter? Generally liter we use density. In the textbook you can study the density of the water is around 1000 grams per 1 liter inverse. What is the molar mass? We know molar mass of water is 18 grams per mole inverse. So the molarity of water is fixed. That is how much? 55.55 molarity. This is useful for further calculations. In this method, molarity can be calculated by density upon molar mass. So what is our final conclusion we are giving? Whenever the concentration of H plus ions is more than the concentration of OH minus ions, we will say the compound or the solution is an acidic solution. Or the concentration of H plus ions is lesser than OH minus ions concentration, we say the solution will be the basic solution. If their concentration is equal, then we say the solution is a neutral solution. So these are the just basics that are useful for the learning depth concepts in the next classes and sessions. Thank you. We will continue in the next video. Have a nice day.